Okay, hello, hello. I thought that it would play the video, but apparently it didn't. So whatever, that's all good. Still getting used to streaming on Restream. I was using StreamYard, and you know, just takes a little while to get used to new streaming platforms, but that's all good. Okay, so hey, I'm Dottie, of course. This is where, I don't know, the place to be. I don't know how to start these ever or end them, so just bear with me. I'm a mess. But tonight we are going to be talking about nasturtium, and if that ever comes up in a spelling bee for me, I will be one of the words that I am incapable of spelling, because I can't ever seem to remember how to spell it. But you know, we all have our strengths and whatnot. So let us see. Okay, it looks like we're live everywhere. And okay, sweet. So yeah, you can watch on YouTube or on D Live, whichever you want. And hopefully the screen sharing works, because I normally read from like Wikipedia on these things, and so then you can just kind of like follow along. If it doesn't work, well then enjoy the fact that I actually put on makeup for you guys. So, you know, whatever. So here we go. Let me see if that actually, oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, so that is the thing that I have to do, is I just have to hit the spotlight thing and then it will put that on screen. Good to know. See, y'all are learning with me. Good times, good times. Okay, and make sure everything is going. We're good. Okay, everything is good. So, Nasturtium is in a genus of 7 plant species in the family Brassica, which are cabbage family. Best known for the edible watercress, Nasturtium was previously synonymized with Roripa, but molecular evidence supports its maintenance as a distinct genus more closely related to cardamine than to Roripa. Watercress or yellowcress is a common name for plants in this genus. These plants are related to garden cress and mustard, noteworthy for a peppery, tangy, pungent flavor. The name Nasturtium comes from the Latin nasus tortus, meaning twisted nose, in reference to the effect on the nasal passages of eating the plants. Nasturtium foliage is used as food by the caterpillars of certain Lepidoptera, including Orthodontia obstipata. I actually pronounced the Latin this time. See, I'm getting better every time. One species, Nasturtium gambelli, is federally listed in California as an endangered species in the United States. The genus Nasturtium should not be confused with the flowering garden annual, commonly known as Nasturtium, Tropolium majus. Though not related, the leaves of the garden Nasturtium also have a peppery taste. So apparently there's multiple different kinds of, yeah, it says there's 316 species of Nasturtium. So all kinds of fun stuff there. Thank you for the lemons if you're donating the lemons. Much appreciated. I'll make some lemonade with that later. And okay, now I need to find, see, I was on another page of Wikipedia and it had more stuff on here. So now I just need to find where exactly I was in that, because of course, as I went to go live, my computer started just freaking out and not being able to handle its life. So let me find the other page that I was on, because it did tell more information and there was like uses of it, medical stuff, and Wikipedia is just not very good to me lately. I should figure out a better site of getting information, because they just, like, if it's anything that tells you that it can cure cancer, then it especially will not be on Wikipedia. So bear with me, and one of these times maybe I will figure out how to actually prepare for a stream and have the information ready to go. But yeah, the fact that my computer was crapping out on me made everything that much more fun. So let me see what the talk says. Yeah, now of course the page that I was on just like doesn't exist or whatever, apparently. So I apologize. Just give me one sec to figure out why Wikipedia hates me so much. Talk amongst yourselves, everyone. I guess I could turn the music back on, but my play. Maybe. Maybe this one. Maybe this one will be better for me. No, of course it's not. Wow, this is just beyond embarrassing. Because, yeah, I literally had a different Wikipedia page that was, it had more information on it. Literally had like a whole page of stuff that I could read. But of course, now it's just like, we're gonna watch you fail while you're on a live stream, you know, just why wouldn't it? Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna make it through this. And if we don't, well, then hopefully my computer doesn't catch on fire and, you know, kill us all. Oh, goodness. Get off of that. I don't want that. Let's see what this one is. Okay, yeah, that's an oil painting. This is beyond embarrassing. Good God. Oh my gosh. A painting, a horse. No, I just literally want to look. Oh, maybe it's this one. That was the page I was on. Okay, yeah, because apparently it has a different name. Tripalum. This is the page I was on. Okay, we're back on it. Whew, making me sweat here. Okay. Nasturtiums receive their common name because they produce an oil similar to that of watercress. Yep, we already went through that. Thanks. Okay, good to know. Goodness. The genus Tripolum, native to South and Central America, includes several very popular garden plants, the most common being T. majus, T. peregrinum, and T. speciosum. One of the hardest species is T. polyphyllum from Chile, the perennial roots of which can survive the winter underground at altitudes of 10,000 feet or 3,300 meters. Plants in this genus have showy, often intensely bright flowers and rounded, shield-shaped leaves with the petiole in the center. The flowers are bisexual and zygomorphic with 5 petals, a superior 3-carpelled ovary, and a funnel-shaped nectar spur at the back, formed by modification of one of the 5 sepals. Tripalum was first imported into Spain by the Spanish botanist Nicolas Monardes, who published an account in 1569 entitled Joyful News out of the Newfound World, in which he described, among other things, the plants and animals discovered in South America. The English herbalist John Gerald reports having received seeds of the plant from Europe in his 1597 book, Herbal, or General History of Plants. I really don't know how to say this word. Tropalum majus was named by the Swedish botanist Carl Linnaeus, who chose the genus name because the plant reminded him of an ancient custom. After victory in battle, the Romans erected a trophy pole on which the vanquished foe's armor and weapons were hung. The plant's round leaves reminded Linnaeus of shields and its flowers of blood-stained hearts. Of blood-stained helmets. Wow. I swear I know how to read. Like, whew. It's just making me sweat tonight. Nasturtiums were once commonly known as Indian cresses because they were introduced from the Americas, known popularly then as the Indies, and used like cress as salad ingredients. In his herbal, John Gerald compared the flowers of the Indian cress to those of the forking larkspur of the buttercup family. He wrote, unto the back part of the flower doth hang a tail or spur, such as hath the lark's heel, called in Latin consolida regalis. J.R.R. Tolkien commented that an alternative anglicization of nasturtium was nasturtian. If any of that makes sense to you, I am glad. Yeah, maybe next week I will actually be more prepared and, cut out the boring parts. I don't know. Someone somewhere, I'm sure, thinks it's interesting. And if you don't, well, I really don't know what to tell you. I like nasturtium a lot. They're very beautiful. And I'm looking forward to growing them next year. So there's a real nice nasturtium. Yeah, all the parts of it are edible. So that's pretty awesome. I mainly want to grow them because I think it would just look so pretty in your salad to have these nice flower blossoms. And you can use these leaves here as like a substitution for different lettuce wraps, or, you can add it into any salads. And I just think it would be so fun to have pretty flowers in your salads, or, put it on your ice cream or whatever. Just who doesn't want to eat pretty flowers? Tropaeolum. I don't know how to say it. I never will. I don't think I will. Tropaeolum. There we go. That's what I'm calling it. Tropaeolum is a genus of Dictylodonis, annual or perennial plants, often with somewhat succulent stems and sometimes tuberous roots. The alternate leaves are hairless, peltate, and entire or palmately lobed. The petioles or leaf stalks are long and in many species are able to twine round other stems to provide support. Yeah, I've seen pictures of nasturtia and they go all over the place. They, like, you plant a couple seeds and they will just go absolutely crazy and go everywhere. They're very, very excited to grow once you plant them. The petioles or leaf stalks are long and, nope, just read that. The flowers are bisexual and showy, set singly on long stalks in the axils of the leaves. They have 5 sepals, the uppermost of which elongated into a nectar spur. The 5 petals are clawed, with the lower 3 unlike the upper 2. The 8 stamens are in 2 whorls of unequal length, and the superior ovary has 3 segments and 3 stigmas on a single style. The fruit is naked and nut-like with 3 single seed segments. Just kind of scanning this to see if it's boring or whatnot. The most common flower in cultivation is a hybrid of T. majus, T-, and T. peltophorum, and is commonly known as the nasturtium and occasionally anglicized as nasturtian. It is mostly grown from seed as a half-hardy annual or both, and both single and double varieties are available. It comes in a range of forms and colors, including cream, yellow, orange, and red. Solid in color or striped, and often with a dark blotch at the base of the petals. It is vigorous and easily grown and does well in the sun. It thrives in poor soil and dry conditions, whereas in rich soil it tends to produce much leafy growth and few flowers. Some varieties adopt a bush form, while others scramble over and through other plants and are useful for planting in awkward spots or for covering fences and trellises. I'm obsessed with people who grow stuff on trellises, because if you don't have a ton of space in your garden, then putting stuff on a trellis so it can grow vertically is the best way to go because it just saves space and I mean it just looks beautiful. So yeah, if you can, let's see if this, they've got a picture here. Well, yeah, here's a picture of a trellis. You can grow all kinds of pretty stuff up that. Grow flowers on it. You can grow like cucumbers up it. If it's strong enough, you can grow little like little cantaloupe, melon type things on it. Yeah, good times. Trellises are awesome, and like the arched trellises, oh, those are just so beautiful. I love it. The blue nasturtium is a tender species from Chile, which has violet blue flowers with white eyes that can be as much as 4 centimeters across. Tropalum brachyceras has 2.5 centimeter yellow flowers and purplish markings on wiry climbing stems. It is a half-hardy perennial from Chile and may remain dormant for several years before being sparked into growth by some unknown trigger factor. I mean, that's generally how I grow, is I get triggered by something and then breakthrough. Oh my gosh. Some of these names are just cracking me up. This one is especially awesome. Tropalum hookerlanum is a tuberous rooted species from Chile. There are 2 subspecies, which has violet purple, the Th. austroperperum, which has violet purple flowers, and Th. pilosum with yellow flowers. The canary creeper is a trailing and climbing, half-hardy annual species with wiry stalks and palmately lobed leaves. The pale yellow fringed flowers are borne on long stalks. It originated from Peru, but may first have been cultivated in the Canary Islands before being introduced into Western Europe. Wreath nasturtium is a prostate plant originating from Argentina and Chile. It has silvery, deeply lobed leaves and a profusion of small, bright yellow flowers on long trailing stalks. After flowering, the plant dies back. It is a perennial with underground rhizomes which send up new shoots at intervals. In a suitable, sunny location with well-drained soil, it will survive for several years. It is a very hardy species. The tubers can grow at depths of 60 centimeters, enabling the plant to survive at altitudes of as much as 3,300 meters or 10,000 feet in the Andes. The flame flower is well adapted to cool, moist climates and famously does well in Scotland. My granny just showed me a castle in Scotland that has my family name. So I knew that there was a good reason that I am obsessed with castles. So I have Scottish heritage in me. And so, yeah, makes sense that I want to live in a castle with a moat and just all that good stuff. So, and I'll stand on the rampart with my bow and arrows, just, waiting for idiots to come and try and steal my nasturtium that I'm growing. It sends up shoots which thread their way through hedges and shrubs and which, when they emerge into the light, bear brilliant red flowers among small 5 or 6 lobed leaves. It is difficult to establish, but it is an attractive garden plant when it thrives. This plant has gained the Royal Horticultural Society's Award of Garden Merit. 3-colored Indian cress is another tuberous climbing species grown for its attractive red, purple, and yellow tubular flowers. It comes from Chile and Bolivia and is a reliable winter growing species. Mashua is a perennial climbing plant from the Andes grown for its tuberous roots. It has been cultivated since ancient times, and depictions of it are found at archaeological sites predating the Incas. It has leaves with 5 to 7 lobes and small, long-spurred red and yellow flowers. The tubers have an unpleasant smell when raw, which disappears in cooking. It is frost hardy and produces crops of 30 tons per hectare at a height of 3,000 meters above sea level. I'm not positive what a hectare is. 30 tons per hectare. So, I mean, I would guess that is, well, obviously it's like a amount of space. So I don't know if it's larger or smaller than an acre. That's basically it. What is, yeah, 30 tons per hectare. If you know, please let me know. The cultivar T. tuberosum linemaculatum Ken Aslett has gained the Royal Horticultural Society's Award of Garden Merit. Square measurements area. Okay. I believe you. Someone knows what it is. Species that originated from the coastal areas and from the lower foothills make most of their growth in winter, whereas the true alpine species are summer growers. Tuberous Chopalum species are well known for occasionally remaining dormant for 1 or more years. This species with underground rhizomes and tubers can be propagated from these, while other species are best raised from seed. Fresh seed is favored by many growers, but dried seed is also often successful. Seed from the winter growing species should be sown in the autumn, while the summer growing species are best sown in the spring in well-drained compost and covered with 1 to 2 centimeters of grit or sand. The containers should be kept at below 39 degrees Fahrenheit until the seedlings appear in about a month, as too high a temperature inhibits germination. Culinary uses. All parts of Nasturtium are edible. The flower has most often been consumed, making for an especially ornamental salad ingredient. It has a slight peppery taste reminiscent of watercress and is also used in stir fry. The flowers contain about 130 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, about the same amount as is contained in parsley. Moreover, they contain up to 45 milligrams of lutein per 100 grams, which is the highest amount found in any edible plant. The unripe seed pods can be harvested and dropped into spiced vinegar to produce a condiment and garnish, sometimes used in place of capers. Mashua produces an edible underground tuber that is a major food source in parts of the Andes. Let's see, look at this picture. Look at how pretty that looks with your nasturtium in there. Just really adds a little pop of fun to your salad when you throw some flowers in there. And these are the nasturtium leaves there. They get very large. They're quite nice. I think they would be really good as like wrap, just in place of like a spinach wrap or something. You know, just use them, just make kind of like little veggie egg roll kind of things. I guess that's what I'm thinking of. Or yeah, any kind of little wraps like that. I think that would be quite tasty. I've heard they're very good. So let's see, I think we pretty much already covered that. And okay, I think that is about it. Not a whole lot going on here. Check out a couple more of these pictures, see what they look like. That's a really nice one. I like them. So I will definitely be growing these next year. I got my garden bed this year a little bit too late to be to successfully grow this, just because it does much better in the late spring and through the summer. It definitely likes the sun, and I didn't start my garden bed until August this year, so it's a little bit too late to do stuff like this, but I'm about to get I just ordered a greenhouse, so that'll be here later this month, and I am going to be just setting it up probably in my bedroom, because it's not a very big one. And let me get out of this screen share here. We're all done with the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia is good for just kind of random plants, but with like elderberry, they're like, well, we're not going to tell you that it actually cures cancer or anything like that, because that's too good information for you. But yeah, I'm going to get my greenhouse, and so I'm going to set that up in my bedroom with some grow lights. It has 4 shelves on it, and then I have like growing trays, and so I am going to be doing a fun little experiment to see how much I can grow in a small space, because I was looking at it, and I'll most likely not put the plastic on it for a while, just because it's going to be inside and it's pretty warm in my house anyway, and so I won't really need the plastic on it to do anything. But I think I will be able to put like some pots at the bottom and grow peas up the sides of the trellis or up the greenhouse, and then yeah, I'm gonna have at least 1 tray of like they're called microgreens, so you can just take any kind of leafy greens, or really anything actually can be microgreens, like, because you just plant them, and then you harvest them when the sprouts are about that big, you know, like a couple inches tall, and it's actually better for you than taking like vitamin tablets. Like if you just cut off a couple sprigs of the microgreens and eat those every day, it's actually better for you than eating vitamins and whatnot. And yeah, so I'll probably do a mix of a few different things, a couple lettuces and spinach, and yeah, just kind of mix a bunch of seeds together, throw them in together, and harvest those as microgreens. And so that I'm going to be doing. And then, yeah, I'm basically just going to see how much can I grow in a tiny space. So yeah, my greenhouse is not very big. I think it might be about as tall as me. I'm 5'3", and so it might be about as tall as me. Oh, and a hectare is 0.4 of an acre. Awesome. Thank you for that, Zuluan. So yeah, good to know. So a 1/4 acre. That's cool. So that's 30 tons in a 1/4 acre. That's a lot. Yeah, so they grow quite abundantly. Nasturtium does. But yeah, I'm just gonna fill up my greenhouse with pots and trays and stuff and see how much I can grow in a tiny space. So I'll definitely be making some videos about that. It's going to be, I think it's going to be quite fun, especially since it's coming into winter and we're getting to the dark time of the year. And yeah, my outside garden is basically toasted. Yeah, I planted some onion bulbs in it, because you plant those in the fall and then harvest them in the spring. And so I have my onions planted, but these squirrels, I believe it's squirrels, they apparently were watching me, and they know exactly where I planted them, because I was looking in the garden, and you could see the hole where that's like, they didn't dig anywhere else. They knew exactly where I planted these freaking onion bulbs. And so I'm gonna have to plant a few more, and I thought about maybe covering it. I don't know. I mean, everyone's got to eat, so I don't hate on the critters for helping themselves. But yeah, I definitely have to plant some more onions, because I want some for me, not just for the squirrels. And yeah, I would like them to get to actual full-sized onions. So that's about the only thing going on in my outdoor garden right now. So definitely looking forward to being able to just come into my room and harvest stuff, because I'll probably try and grow. I don't know if I can fit a big enough container to grow like zucchini or tomatoes or anything like that. Might be able to on like the bottom shelf. We'll see. But yeah, it's just going to be pretty fun to see how much I can grow in a tiny space. So I'm going to do some shout outs. And if you didn't comment and you want a shout out, drop your name in chat as I'm going through. So Zulu1, hello. He is first. Good for you. Bill Duke 23, hello. And Candace C, hey, how are you? And let's see who else is here. The Real Truth, hello. I'm here. Why wouldn't I be? It is my channel. Nasturtium, Taking Back Eden, FE. Hello. He says Nasturtium was in the Garden of Eden, I think. Yeah, I listened to Owen Benjamin, and he talks about the importance of naming your homestead or your home or your garden or whatever. Just name the thing that you have. It gives it more meaning. And so though my big homestead lives only in my heart currently, the dream that I have for it, and even though it's still small, I call it a slice of Eden, because I think that I was meant to be in the garden, and that I just kind of like that name a lot. So yeah, my homestead is called a slice of Eden, and yeah. Zulu one, I'm enjoying the makeup, so adorable. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I did my makeup, and I was like, I'm probably gonna actually be on camera tonight, so why not throw a little makeup on? Just go crazy, you know? Caveman Smash, hello. And I fell out of a chair. And the funny thing is, I was standing during that, and I just fell backwards against my wall because my granny scared me terribly on my last live stream. And it's good times, yeah. So go ahead and watch my last stream that I did. It's called Testing Out D Live, I think, because that was my first stream on D Live and on YouTube simultaneously. But yeah, a little over an hour in, my granny came into my room and scared me nearly to death. And so yeah, I fell over, and it was incredibly hilarious. So go ahead and enjoy that. Whale oil beef hooked. Hey, hello. Had these growing up through my front stairs, never knowing it was edible. Figured they were decorative weeds. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about most things that we consider weeds is people just we don't have the knowledge anymore of what is actually useful. This summer, I actually made honey out of dandelions that I harvested around my community. And yeah, the honey is actually quite good. I think it tastes pretty close to regular honey that you would buy from like bees. And it was very time extensive. It took most of the day to actually make the honey, because you have to boil it down a couple times, and you know, just yeah, once you add the sugar to it, then you have to let it boil down until it's as thick as you want. But very cool that I was able to do that. I was very proud of that. So yeah, most things that we think are a weed are probably pretty useful. Probably cure some ailments. Because like if you make honey and eat it from stuff that you foraged in your area, it's very good for your allergies, and I think it helps with like a cough. Yeah, it's just very very good like immune booster if you harvest stuff from in your area and eat that. So quite interesting. And like blackberries here in the Pacific Northwest, I mean, that's probably, most people probably think of that kind of as a weed, but they know that you can eat the berries. So that's just kind of a well-known weed, I guess, because yeah, around here, I mean, you can't possibly stop blackberries from growing. They go crazy. Oh, my thing jumped while I was scrolling. Caveman smash. I'm getting hungry and want to try cooking with them. Yeah, absolutely. You can eat them fresh or cooked. So the tree rats, yeah, the squirrels. I normally put out peanuts for them, and they come and enjoy the peanuts. And one will come and bury one, and then another one will come and steal that and bury it someplace else. So it's I mean, it's pretty much better than TV at this point to just watch the squirrels and see what they're going to do with the peanuts I leave out. Michelle L. Hello, hello. Who else is here? Hey, asshat, I only buy my honey from bees. I mean, that's fine. Do whatever you want. I love it. Taking back Eden. Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. Yep, we all came from the garden, and we will all return to the garden one day. So a slice of Eden is my dream homestead. So one day. Is this live? Is Retarded Bear female? This is on D Live here. Coco or Cobb CEO. Cobb, yeah, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I mean, is this a channel? Her channel? I thought only. Yes, this is live. Yes, Retarded Bear is a female, and no, men are not the only ones who take bear names. So I have been a Owen Benjamin follower for, I think it's been about 4 years now. Yeah, it's been a while. I was listening a little bit when he was still in, I think he was still in LA, and then he moved back to New York, to Saranac Lake, to his home, and then he moved over here to Washington. But yeah, I've been listening almost every day for a couple years now, 2 or 3 years. Before he started talking about flat Earth, I was listening probably 6 months before that. So whenever that was. But yeah, I was a bear without a bear name up until last year when I met him at the Dallas conference in Dallas. Yeah, the Flat Earth Conference. And then I met him, and it was before his comedy show that he did, and I went up to him and I said, "Hey, my name is Dottie. I've been a bear for a long time now, but I'm unverified because I'm kind of retarded and I never think of a name." And then he started laughing, and he said, "Well, that's okay. Like, why don't you just be a retarded bear?" And so here I am. I'm retarded bear. That name makes me laugh really, really hard. And I love the story of how it came about organically and was like a very funny moment. And so, yeah, I am a retarded bear. And yeah, not only males can be bears. And yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. But let's see what else. We got some other chats. Michelle L., we have the bear names because everyone through Owen's life has called him Big Bear because he is 6'8", and he is literally a giant bear man. And so people always called him Big Bear. And then when he started kind of getting kicked out of Hollywood, people on like Twitter, they would put he would be getting in these arguments with people that then it was found out that they were AI, they were just robots arguing just nonstop. And so then people started putting a bear icon in their name so that when he saw them, he would see, oh, this is actually a real person. It's not a robot. Like, I can actually argue with this person because they are going to have real thoughts and not be just a moronic robot. And so then, yeah, as his following grew, people just kind of started getting their own bear names. And yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a fun little thing, you know. I had no idea what my bear name was, and yeah, Retarded Bear just came along very naturally, and it still like makes me laugh, it makes me smile. I think it's just so funny. And so, I mean, you don't have to have a bear name, you know, you can listen to him without having a bear name. It's just kind of a fun thing that that us people do. So yeah, good times. Let's see. Here's salted like the ocean lens, the firmament, sun and moon, nose contains tight, North Pole, a magnetic mountain in the center of face, plane, hairline, beard. Nice. I mean, if you want to be Stupid Bear, that's totally up to you. What's funny about my bear name is when I tell people and they get like offended on my behalf, like I mean, in a way, yeah, he did give me that name, like, oh, why don't you just be that one? But yeah, when people like get offended, they're like, oh, how could he, like, how could you say that you're retarded? Like, I am legitimately retarded in ways. Like, it doesn't offend me in any way. I mean, we're all good at something and we're all kind of bad at other things, then yeah, it doesn't bother me in any way. So yeah, when people get offended for my bear name, it just makes me laugh really hard, because it's like you don't, like, it's not your bear name. Like, if I'm not offended by my bear name, why would you be offended by my bear name? It's funny. Thanks for explaining that to me. It makes sense. I always thought it had something to do with farming, and then I live in the city in Boston. Yeah, so people just pick their bear name by like we have a well, now of course I can't think of like any bear names at all, or like, okay, like Kung Fu Bear. I don't really know what he does. I know he has a garden in LA, but maybe he is into Kung Fu, and I have no idea. Or like Hand Drawn Bear. She draws all these awesome pictures and makes children's books, and I don't know, you just kind of, it's just kind of like a quirk of like your own personality, you know. That's just kind of how you come up with your bear name. And a lot of people, they'll like write him letters and be like, oh, this was my bear name, can I change it to this one? And yeah, I never could come up with my bear name, and I will never change it, because this one still just, it just makes me laugh. And yeah, it's just such a good name for me. It's very, very genuine. I don't know. But yeah, I like it a lot. So you just kind of think of like, what's like a quirk about you that makes you you, or something that you're into, or, you know, like if you make candles, it could be like Candle Bear or something, whatever. It's just something fun. Don't have to do it at all, but yeah, it's just fun. I just realized it's like the Smurfs. Big Bear is Papa Smurf, Brainy Smurf, etc. Yeah, exactly. Like we all have something about us that that just is our bear name. I don't know. Yeah, it's you have to find your own bear name, and Yeah, exactly. Zulu 1, you would be Zulu bear. Like that's it, exactly. Like Karen B is Karen bear. Yeah, that just whatever works. But yeah, you don't have to have a bear name to follow him or anything like that. But it's a fun time. I like it. So, and yeah, the reason that my D Live channel is called Retarded Bear is because the only reason I found out about D Live is because Owen got kicked off of YouTube, and so this is where he started streaming, and so I was like, well, the only reason I'm here is because of the bears, so I'll just put my bear name on there, and yeah, so here I am. But I will. I used to like the Care Bears. Yeah, used to. If I watched it now, though, it would probably be like, I would probably be not enjoyable. I don't know, stuff like that. Flat Earth kind of ruins some stuff like that. Like it's killed a bit of nostalgia because you like rewatch it and then you just have a different eye and different thought about it, and you're like, oh, this is not nearly as good as I thought it was, or I don't know. But yeah, I will be most likely doing a story time tomorrow. I have to finish off the Magician's Nephew, and then after that we can start the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So yeah, I will most likely do story time tomorrow, and then we can move on from there. And then next Sunday I will most likely be doing another garden stream. I really enjoy talking about the plants that just have medicinal uses or are edible or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Like if it's like a healing plant, I would love to talk about that. But yeah, you can just leave me a comment on what. Yeah, me and Zulu One will be talking about Bermuda Triangle when he gets back from his vacation. So that's going to be a really fun one. And but yeah, if you have a plant that you would like me to talk about next week, just leave me a comment, let me know, and I will. What do I think of kale? I love kale, and actually, baked kale is one of the best things ever. You just make a whole pan of it, put a little bit of oil on it, and like some garlic salt or pepper or whatever seasoning you want, and then bake it until it's crispy. And yeah, it's the best chips ever. Like I'll make like 2 full baking sheet pans of it, and then it like shrinks way down into just like a bowl of like kale chips, and it is the best snack ever. It's so good. So maybe I'll talk about kale next week. That would be fun. That's a good one. But yeah, if there's any plant you would like me to talk about, just let me know. And if you would like to write me a letter or send me some seeds or send me something you made or send me cool stickers or send me a gift card so I can buy my son more stuff for Christmas, or whatever you want to do, send me anything. If you send me a letter, I'll read it on stream. And you know, if you don't want me to say your name, just put at the top, don't say my name, or don't read on stream, or whatever. But I would love to get a letter from people. Maybe you could write it on a large piece of paper, unlike Zulu One, who finds like the tiniest piece of paper that you could possibly find to write a letter on. But yeah, if you would like, no, I will never read your letters on stream. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if you would like me to read your letter or show off whatever you want to send me, you can do that at P.O. Box 1598, Shelton, Washington, 98584. Oh, I have a avocado plant started in my kitchen. I have it sprouting just in water. The seed is sprouting just in water, and the leaves are getting quite tall on it. So it's ready to go in a pot for sure. Super fun to grow. But yeah, you can send me a letter, send me seeds, send me whatever you feel like you want, and leave me a comment below on what I should do a stream on next week. I like taking suggestions and talking about that. So yeah, it can be an edible plant, it can be medicinal, it can be whatever. Yeah, weeds are really good, like like dandelions, if you think that it's just an annoying weed. And then we can learn about, oh, it's actually edible and has really good uses. I like stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you think. And well, this is the point that I think I'm going to end this, and I don't know how to end these very well. So much love to everyone who was here in chat. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the comments. It's been very fun. And yeah, I'll most likely do kale next week. I had a couple people ask for that in chat. So most likely we'll do kale. And yeah, so thank you for stopping by. This is Dottie, and I am heading out. Like I said, I don't know how to end these, so I'm just going to end it. Okay, bye-bye. See you on the flat side. Much love. Bye.